6. In the blue book, Brother Jeff. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand all the ways that God will lead us to that blessed promised land. But He'll guide us with His eye, and we'll follow till we die. We will understand it better by and by. Shelter and of food, thirsty hills and barren land. But we're trusting in the Lord, and according to His word, we will understand it better. By and by, when morning comes, all the saints of God gathering home, we will tell the story. Better by and by. Temptation, hidden snare, often take us unaware. Hearts are made to bleed for each thoughtless word or deed, and we wonder why the test when we try to do our best. But we'll understand it better by and by.
Good morning, everybody. Just going to go ahead and let you know I'm in a little bit of trouble today. I dressed for 32 outside, and it's about 82 up here. So I got too many shirts on to pull sleeves up. I'm going to be soaking wet by the end of this. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this part. I can't stand still. It's a mess. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing good today. I hope everybody's staying warm. It's going to be really cold this week. This morning I'm going to be reading out of Matthew chapter 25. I'll be reading verses 14 through 30. Braden preached Wednesday night about, the Lord's return, and we don't know when it is. We don't know if it's this afternoon, tomorrow, 300 years from now. We don't know. But I just want to talk a little bit today about, what are we to do if He tarries His coming. So if y'all would stand, I'll read out of Matthew, starting with verse 14. It said, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received one, went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought the other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money in the exchanges, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Sorry, a little bit of a long read. We know a couple of things. We know for a fact that Jesus is coming back one day. There's signs in the Bible that point to it, but nobody knows the hour of the day, the month, or the year. We also know that there's going to be persecution. There's going to be great persecution. There has been in the past, and throughout the years. Christians have been jailed. They've been martyred. They've been shut up. There's been great persecution against Christians. And I want to talk about Paul a little bit. Paul was no different. Paul spent, from what I looked up, Paul spent he spent 5+ years in prison in his ministry. And it didn't matter to Paul. It didn't matter where he was. The only thing that mattered to him was what he was doing, and that was sharing the gospel of Christ. It was sharing the gift that had been given to him, a gift that he didn't deserve, because at the time he was doing the persecution when he received it. But it was a gift that was dear to him. It was a gift that he valued and cherished a lot, and it's one that he knew needed to be given to others. And he gave it freely. He gave it to the point where he was put in jail, and even in jail, he did the thing that put him in there. And we're only here for a short time, and we never know when that clock's gonna stop ticking. We never know. We don't know if we're gonna make it to the second coming, or if we're gonna, wake up in glory tomorrow. But what we do know is that the time that we have can be and should be spent serving the Lord. And it's something that's hard, and it's something that we will each do differently. We've each been given different talents. I know this is talking about money, but we've each been given different talents to serve the Lord, and different measures to serve Him and everything. But it's not what we've been given; it's that we give it back, and we give it to those around us. I listened to an Adrian Rogers sermon, and he was talking about trophies, and trophies that Christ wins in our lives. And it's not trophies that we win. It's trophies that only God could win. But it's ones that we get to be a part of, and that we should cherish, and we should put them in our own trophy cabinet. when someone you love or someone that you spent time talking to and investing in, when they come to know Christ, it's a trophy for God, but it's one that we can have joy in too. And I hope that we all, while we're looking to the eastern sky for the Lord, I hope that we're working for the Lord and trying to serve Him. And it's something that we're going to fail at every day, but I hope it's something that we can grow better at and that we can continue to fight to do, because they're going to come for our right to share the gospel. But it's something that they can never take away, even if they put us in jail like Paul. We can still shout. And we can still share it. So that's really all I had. When Braden was talking about the second coming, I was like, we don't know the day or the hour, but we know, up until that point, we've got a job to do. So that's all I've got today. Does anybody have anything before we go to our classes? Amen. Anybody else? Brother Brad, will you just miss us in prayer, please?
Father,